Well, guys, it's been it's been hours since I last did a video thing. It's probably 6:30, 7 maybe. Sun's gone down. I've had dinner. I didn't film any of it, so I do apologise. I don't know if anybody was, wanting to see any of that. But yeah, I just left it. It's like I had hamburgers though again, just like I did a few camps back. But yeah, I didn't bother filming. I didn't bother time lapsing or anything like that. But yeah, I've just been had my dinner. Just been sitting here listening to the birds going ballistic as they do, and yeah, just been doing a bit of reading as well. Can't really tell because the camera does a low light pretty well, but yeah, sun's well and truly down now. Over the hill anyway. Had to put the sides of the swag down though because we had a bit of drizzle earlier. As I noticed earlier on in the day, cloud would come over and it looked pretty gloomy, and you'd have the odd little bit of spit here and there, and then that was it. And that happened like 3 or 4 times. Yet just after dinner, it started to drizzle even more. And because I had the swag all open, I thought, oh wow, I better bloody close this, and I don't want the water getting inside. But on saying that though, and I mentioned it earlier, is I'm not a rain camper. I am not equipped for, rain of any sort. Bit of drizzle, okay, whatever, earlier. But if it starts raining, I'm in trouble because, okay, fair enough, if I'm in the swag and I've got the sides down, I should be okay. But everything else is exposed and out in the open. And the fact is, I don't have a ute. I have a SUV, as you know. So putting all wet stuff in the back of my car, nah. I don't, it's a new car. I don't want to be putting wet, soggy shit in the back of my car. But yeah, I don't think I'm equipped for water of any sort. Obviously you can hear that. Must be motorbikes weekend, because the amount of motorbikes in Dwellingup when I drove through this morning, and the amount of dirt bikes out here. This is the first time I've noticed that a heap of motorbikes are out here. And of course, as we know, sound travels, so when the motorbikes go past, I must admit, probably 99% of them just go past quietly, But then we had the one idiot who had to, of course, rev the absolute shit out of his dirt bike, and we all know how loud they are, so that just bloody thundered and echoed through here. Once again, why are people inconsiderate? I don't know, but whatever. As long as it doesn't happen at night, I don't really care. I do apologise, lack of content today in this video. Like I said, it is going to be quite basic. We've already done a walk around of Tony's Bend. We've already done, just the last video pretty much sums it up. So this video is just to see what it's like. And so far, I must admit, it's been pretty good. Definitely not as bad as the last camp. Like there's kids around, but they're not rowdy and noisy like the last lot. So here's to hoping it's going to be a decent night. At least it's going to be cool tonight. Like the temperature's dropped. Like I said, today it hasn't been that hot, so it should be pretty cold overnight, which will be good. So unless something exciting happens between now and me going to bed, I'll see you guys in the morning. Well, good morning, guys. What an interesting night. A weird night. Pretty much packed up most of the camp. Like the swag's just there, packed up. I do my usual morning thing. Get up, make a coffee. I think I got up close to 6 a.m. Of course, as always, the birds are going ballistic, as they are now. It was a very cold night last night. But it was nice. I liked it. I prefer the cold over the heat. But yeah, last night was a weird one. We had some rowdies, not nearby. They weren't next to me, but they were further off in the camp, and they were just laughing and making so much noise, and it just echoed throughout the whole place. And at one point, they even walked. I give them points for this. They walked around my camp to go down to the thing. This isn't dark though, so they're all by lantern light. They're walking down to go to the river. And praise to the lady of the group, because she was telling everyone else to shut up, because obviously they're walking through my camp, and I was trying to sleep by then, so all my lights are out and everything. And yeah, she's constantly like, shh, shut up kind of thing, yet the guys continued to make noise, and, you know, she tried her best. But then, yeah, same thing, they were down there for like half an hour or so, it seemed, and then they come back. Then they came back, and same thing again, the guys made noise, and she was constantly telling them to shut up. And then, yeah, for a few hours afterwards, they were just being so loud back there. I don't know which campsite it was, but they was being so loud. Not music, but just them laughing, talking. Fair enough. When I say laughing, talking, it's like obviously they're having a good time, so, you know, good on them. But when the rest of the campsite is quiet and all their lights are out, I think that's a hint that most people are trying to go to sleep. And then I had a visitor last night. I suppose that was a problem. I just kept waking up, tossing and turning the usual. Once again, the swag's comfortable, but yeah, I just couldn't get to sleep with all that was going on. And then I think just when I did, I think it was a bilby. A bilby came to visit. Because I heard this rustling, because my swag's pretty close to where all the bush is. I heard all this rustling in the bush, and that woke me up. And then it got really close. So I got my torch out, because I had the torch on me in the swag. And I pointed out there now, that's when I thought it was a bilby, because it just looked like that. And then, yeah, it scurried off. And then it seemed like half an hour later or something, it woke me up again. And this time I actually came into camp because I heard it get all tangled up in me tarp. And it was rustling around near camp. And then off it went. The tarp must have scared it, so off it went again. But yeah, I was just waking up so many times. All because of this bloody bilby, I think. After that, like, yeah, the rowdiness had stopped from the people. And then this bilby just kept going backwards and forwards, rustling and everything else. Beautiful morning. Not a cloud in the sky by the looks of it. It's meant to be a nice day, 29 degrees. I've made my breakfast, which I should have eaten first before talking to you guys, because now it's probably gone cold. So I'll be back in a minute once I finish eating my breakfast. Rightio, finished my breakfast. Did a bit more cleaning up. Like pretty much everything's away now. I still got the swag out and everything else. I have like this little setup, the way stuff goes back into my car. I was going to say something before. I remember during breakfast, but I can't remember now. It's gone. Oh, last night, that's right. At one point when I woke up, it was so still. No wind, no noise. It was like dead silence, and it was kind of creepy. Like usually there's some sort of noise. And this is before the bilby decided to join me. I don't know, it was just, yeah, so eerily quiet. Like just, yeah, dead calm. And that went on for ages. Then obviously the bilby came in and done his thing. Camp packed up. It's been a pretty good camp. In all, like, you know, it's good to come out. And last night, despite that noise, it wasn't too bad. I still think that being next to the toilet is a bad idea. Because I think whether you like it or not, that door is bloody loud. Because metal on metal, of course, it's going to be loud. Being next to the toilet, it's such a pity, because this Bay 6 is such a perfect spot. Oh well, is what it is. But yeah, also need to start expanding a bit. I don't expect you guys just to be watching me coming out to Lane Poole all the time. If I'm going to come out to the Lane Poole, because like I said, for me it's the closest one, and I really like it out here. But I suppose I just don't need to film every single one, unless I start going to a different campground here, other than the 3 that I usually go to. But Yarragul's going to be my main, because I really like Yarragul. It's away from everybody. There's more nature out there. So I want to try to get to Yarragul as much as I can, which I've got a few coming up, 2 or 3 later on in the year. Hopefully fire season too. You know, when you can start having fires again, that'll be good. But yeah, I've got to expand. I know I've got to expand. I've been meaning to, you know, get out and scout a bit, explore. Hold on, I just realised the sun's coming up. It's making me glare. Yeah, so I've been meaning to expand, go elsewhere. That's the problem though. It's like all the campsites that are decent are a fair while away. You know, I'm looking at, to go down the southwest is about, 2 or 3 hours. And in the scheme of things, that isn't much, but it's still, you know, especially if it's just an overnight trip, to drive all that way just for an overnight and then come back. I don't know, just like, I think if I'm going to go down south, I'd like to be a couple of nights. So it'd have to be like a long weekend, which is a problem in itself. You have to book like a year in advance if you want anywhere on a bloody long weekend. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it at that. I don't think I need to do an outro in Dwelling Up or anything like that. I might just dawdle around a bit, head into Dwelling Up, grab me coffee. I've got one here, but, you know, nothing beats a real coffee from a proper coffee shop. And yeah, that'll be it. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching. I really do appreciate the likes, the comments, and I really hope you guys are enjoying these videos. Now, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next adventure.